KXAN investigation helps Austin police collect more than $350,000 of your tax dollars that have gone unpaid for years. Good evening, I'm Robert Hadlock.
I'm Leslie Rohde. We started investigating in February after a tip to our newsroom that several high-profile businesses in Austin weren't paying APD for security the department provides for big events. In fact, they hadn't collected more than $800,000 dating back to 2000.
And tonight we're still tracking the money to see who owes what now.
Shannon Wolfson has the new developments in this KXAN investigation.
Not only did our investigation uncover who owed money to APD, we also discovered serious accounting flaws in the department that led to these past due debts. So we wanted to know what's changed since we first started following the money.
What do you think the problem was before? And really, how are you guys trying to rectify it now?
I think a big problem was the lack of proper notes, proper record keeping by us.
Austin Police Commander William Mano is in charge of special events for APD, on board since 2010, and he has been busy cleaning up a big mess.
A lot of events prior to '09, that paperwork just doesn't exist. We can't find it.
What are you doing about those debts specifically?
Those specifically, we're now in more contact with the vendors and the event promoters.
Let's look back at some of those old debts paid after we started investigating in February. Number one on the list was Runtex. CEO Paul Carrozza paid $102,117 he didn't even know he owed until we started digging. Freescale took care of a debt for $80,518.31 for security provided for 5K runs in 2004 and 2006. And Junior Achievement settled a $26,072 debt.
It wasn't so much a case of them wanting to get out of paying what was owed. It's just they weren't aware. And a lot of times there's many people involved in these events, and the right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing.
And while accounting practices are much different at APD now, there's still more than $400,000 owed to the department. That's more than 90 days past due. Number one on the list is JAG Traffic, on the hook for $79,007.50.
Talk to me a little bit about JAG Traffic.
That is a highway construction project that company has, I believe, gone bankrupt, pretty much left town. They owe quite a bit.
Almost $80,000.
Yes, and I'm not sure we'll ever be able to see that since their company's financial status is very much in question.
But remember, APD can't wipe the debt off the books. It's state law, and it's taxpayer money.
Do you feel like you're being aggressive enough on these old debts?
Now, yes.
How so?
We have a list of people that have not paid, and if we get new applications, we don't even start staffing it. We don't start looking at it. We don't start reviewing it until the past bills have been paid.
That's the new way of doing things at the Austin Police Department. More than 90 days past due, and you don't get a special events permit.
We have not denied any permits because of that. However, my staff, when we get a new special event application in, the first thing they do is look at the past due bills and see if any of those are there.
What do you have to say to the taxpayers who've watched these stories about how you guys are doing now? Because this is their money.
Yes, it is. And we have a budget that's called reimbursed overtime. When we have an event and when we bill those parties that are responsible for the event, we expect the payment back, because I would imagine, and they should, the citizens expect that payment back because it's their tax dollars that provide for our budget. When we do not get those monies back and it's not reimbursed when it should be, then we tend to go over budget and we need more tax dollars. So by looking at this more closely and being more accountable and holding the people more accountable for the events that they put on, then we're being more responsible for the citizens.
So here's a little perspective about how much better APD is doing when it comes to collecting on current bills. This year, so far, they have billed $900,000 for security and traffic control for big events, and only $348 is still outstanding. But there is still that huge number, more than $402,000 that still needs to be paid, all more than 90 days old. The department is now sending those debts to the city legal department department who is having to act like a collection agency, trying to get that money back whatever they can. Reporting in the studio, Shannon Wolfson, KXAN News.
And if you have a story tip for KXAN to investigate, call our tip line. It's 512-703-5255, or send us an email to investigates@kxan.com.